All right, so let's check out some weather headlines. Ontario, I wanted to bring this up because it's warmer in February than it is now. A few people out there on the internet and social media have reported that we are watching Canada warm at faster paces than any other part of the world, and that's absolutely false. So false. Fake news, in fact. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Ontario, cool and showery. Days lead into a long weekend. Check out this storm system that they're talking about. This is the tail end of, I believe, what we're dealing with here in the Northeast. Cool and wet weather sends us back into March timing. You know, I saw this report as well, too, on the Weather Channel, talking about how some of these temperatures that we're seeing across the country are typical March 25th temperatures, not May 13th. Slow improvements through midweek. A threat for shower lingers. Lake Ontario, Erie flooding concerns, just like we have them here in Western New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. So more of the same, guys. The same stuff that we're going through here in the United States is happening in Canada. Cooler temperatures than average. Lots of precipitation. Huge low pressure systems that are going up into Canada as well. Take a look at this. Hail world records. The biggest hail and heaviest, deadliest hail. Yeah, right here. Also, I want to mention too that we saw hail, really big hail as well in Mexico. But this here is the largest hail ever fallen from the sky. The largest diameter hailstone ever recorded was July 23rd of 2010. 8 inches in diameter. That is the size of a freaking volleyball, folks. But here we have the hailstone had a circumference of 18.62 and weighed almost 2 pounds. Insane. So we've seen some pretty large hailstones throughout history. And it'd be interesting to see what parts of these minimums that we've seen these large hail events, have they been during periods of time during of minimums. And that's something we can easily go back and look. 2009, 1998. Here we have this hail event in 2010. This one in 2003 was probably a freak event. But the one in 2010 definitely lines up. And if we had any in the late 90s and the late 80s, again, coming out of a minimum, as well as in 59. So hail is one of the things that we've seen a lot of in the last 3 years, and a lot bigger too, as well. Let's move right along here with the weather headlines. All right. Yeah, nor'easter to bring chilly rain, cold temperatures to the Northeast. We are living it right now, folks. I can tell you it's no joke. Take a look at the national radar. Let's zoom this up a little bit. Let's go ahead and move up. That is where we are dealing with right now in upstate New York. This low pressure system started dropping rain on us about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Really started to pick up around 5 and is moving its way through New York and the rest of the Northeast as we speak. Right now we are expecting around 3/4 of an inch of rain from this rainfall right now. But let's go ahead and take a look at the story here on weather.com. It says here, May nor'easter will bring rain, wind, and even some high terrain snow in the Northeast early this week, piling on what has already been a miserable start to the spring for parts of that region. Rather vigorous southward plunge of jet stream has moved into the Northeast, and an area of low pressure with onshore northeasterly winds will move northeastward along the East Coast through Tuesday. Gusty northeasterly winds are the sole requirement for an East Coast low pressure system to be classified a nor'easter, no matter how strong or weak this system becomes. The most of the impacts from this nor'easter will be minor. Through the weather conditions are going to be miserable, which, you know, colder temperatures, high winds, heavy rain, you know, that's raw late February, early March type situation here. Rain, cold wind, snow, just a mixed bag of everything. Wet snow already being reported at Mount Snow, Vermont Monday. According to National Weather Service, in Albany, the elevation there is at 3,600 feet. Says some flakes can be rolled out in the Berkshires and Worcester Hills of Massachusetts and the Litchfield Hills of Connecticut as well. Berkshires has already seen snow from the low pressure system on Sunday. Elsewhere, chilly rain is a forecast. High temperatures holding 10 to 20 degrees below average in much of the Northeast through Tuesday. That means many locations will rise from the 40s and 50s during the daytime. Again, these are mid-March temperatures, not mid-May. Miserable weather has been the theme so far this spring in the Northeast. One notable example is Islip, New York, on Long Island, which recorded a measurable rain of 18 consecutive days from April 20th to May 7th. Numerous other cities have also had a large number of rainy days this spring. I mentioned this before on the one of our forecasts here from GFS, talking about we've seen rain events, snow events in the northern plains and the Midwest. We have seen rain and flooding events across the South. I said the Northeast and the Northwest is next, and already there is documentation of the situation of heavy rainfall that has fallen since April 20th. Let's take a look at the GFS. It's a mess right now. High pressure is right behind this system that's moving out, this nor'easter, but some spotty showers across Illinois into Ohio. They intensify by Thursday. And the Northeast getting some light showers, moderate rain showers in the Tennessee Valley. And then this low pressure system kicks up around the 18th, like previously told in the earlier broadcast. In the Northwest, you're going to get in on some of this action, while this other low pressure system moves across the northern plains into the Midwest itself, but bringing showers and rain. And watch out, Northern California by May 19th in the Northwest, heavy rain is in the forecast for a couple of days out there, and it's just an absolute mess from Thursday through Monday, and another system moves through. Look at this. 2 days later in Northern California, you're going to get some heavy rain and some snow in the mountain area. So watch out for that, folks. Already some flooding happening from earlier in the year, and now we are picking up where we left off just a few weeks ago. In the meantime, a low pressure system pushing moisture across the Midwest from the Ohio Valley all the way up into the Northeast by the 22nd. And this low pressure system kind of hangs around the Midwest for quite some time and brings heavy rain in the Northeast before it finally races off. And by May 23rd, that's the lightest, about the lightest activity we'll see is May 23rd, where high pressure just dominates the entire United States. Again, this is more than a week out, guys, so these don't become very reliable. This is just an idea of the pattern. And right now we are in this direct pattern of lots of rainfall and moisture in between these minor little breaks. Now, this is substantial to me because in this forecast, the South, really after Sunday of this week, you will start to, especially Texas and Louisiana, you guys will start to see a little bit of dry time here. After this storm moves out on the 21st, all right, that storm right there will stay in the Midwest and the Atlantic states into the Northeast. But some dry time from the 21st of May all the way. Chance for some slight showers here, but nothing major. More light showers on the way as well. But look at this. May 28th. So we have over a week of dry weather in Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, the Northwest, the Northern Plains, and the Midwest, and parts of the Northeast will experience the moisture at this point. Taking a look at El Nino, which right now is an El No-No, if you ask me. Take a look at these temperatures. These are pathetic. Below the threshold for an El Nino, so right now we are called an El Neutral. That means the neutral. No El Nino conditions at this time, 0.44. Now, I know this will probably go back above the 0.5 threshold, but still, considering a lot of people, especially Noah, who are saying that we will see El Nino conditions through the summer into the fall, I don't know how long that's going to hold, honestly. I'd be shocked. Wind chills, of course, to expect here in the Northeast. It's cold right now, guys, considering this time of year. And believe it or not, we're experiencing a nor'easter on top of it. So that's why we're seeing wind chill readings. And this snow and ice map is starting to melt, especially for the snow parts. Still snow falling parts in the northern hemisphere, folks, but it is slowly diminishing as we speak. And that's going to do it for me as far as what I have to report tonight. I'm going to bring Mari in to say hello to our chat. all the folks out there, supporters who've been there for a long time. Mari, how the heck is it going?
Well, Jake, I can't believe you used the A word on our channel like that. I just told Ian in the chat how proper we were, and then you go and drop the A word.
I haven't said asshole in a while, but, you know.
Jake.
Well, were you talking about Al Gore or asshole? Which A word were you talking about?
I'm just joking. You gotta, you know, let one rip every once in a while, right, Jake? We got our good friend Ian in here, and I told him I'd give him a very special shout out. He did a super chat just because he was asking what you were drinking. Oh, is it cream soda?
Let me ask you something. Do I sound like Harry Carey or something? I mean, why has it got to be vodka? I mean, I could see it if I was talking like this during the broadcast, but I wasn't speaking like this at all. Actually, I sound like Gilbert Gnarly just now.
You are so full of
in a good mood tonight for a Monday.
If anyone knew you in person, they'd understand.
They'd run.
You're crazy. So anyway, Ian wants you to get off the aspartame. All right, just stop it, Jake.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We care about you here. It's not just me. This is your GSM community.
Gotta move because it's gonna get cold. Gotta move because the ice. Gotta stop drinking the aspartame.
Be on the video camera
I'll
for
stop.
this, so he
all
can
right, let
get
me.
your. There, now you got your reaction. This is what Ian says aspartame causes: decreased vision, headache, migraines, severe depression, epileptic seizures. Easy for me to say.
Well, I always
MS,
thought that a severe depression was just from being a Browns fan, but go ahead.
Chronic fatigue, birth defects,
diabetes,
including mental retardation and liberalism.
Well, we both know that I don't suffer from... Suffer. Apparently I do. Okay. Well played, Ian. Well played.
Forget that, Jake.
Guess okay. I'm changing my card. What is it? To blue now? Is that what it is?
What?
I'm kidding.
Okay. Well, anyway, we have loads of interesting conversations going in the chat. I did note a few conditions people shared with us in their localities. It's been drizzling in San Diego. Seth says it's been like a week and a half.
San Diego.
Drizzle. E.T. down the Gulf Coast. More rain.
Of course.
On and off. They're getting everyone's sick of the rain going like from west to east. It's like, who's spared from it really? It's been wet, huh, Jake?
Pretty much.
Everyone's
everywhere you go.
Complaining about it. But we got App Team. He says it's sunny and 78 in northern Colorado.
Yay.
He's got it good. It's cold and damp in Pennsylvania, according to Brad. And Robin in Massachusetts says expected snow is expected tomorrow, 1,200 feet sea level in central and western Mass.
Jeez.
So interesting to hear and see what people are going through. And people are laughing at you in the chat now about you and your diabetic soda problem
consumptions. And I know, what am I going to do when the GSM really kicks in, right? I mean,
he'll drink water.
It'll be water. Yep.
I've been telling people how well you have been. If people saw your struggle with diabetes 2 years ago,
yeah, that's true,
and compared it to now,
well, it'll be cured in the grand solar minimum.
You've come leaps and bounds. I'm
cured.
a good influence on you, I'd say.
Yes,
but anyway,
I would agree.
Hello to everyone in the chat. It has been an absolute pleasure. And when's our next show, Jake?
Hopefully Wednesday night.
Let's shoot for Wednesday.
9 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll hopefully be talking about that CME impact on Earth at that point. Plus, I want to continue to see the development of this coronal hole that we saw earlier on the 193 angstrom. With that being said, folks, we are going to take off for the night. We really appreciate you tuning in to this Monday evening edition of the Grand Solar Minimum News Update. Until then, guys, we will talk soon.
Do you like this show? Give us a thumbs up. Want to support us more? Share to your favorite social media platform. Buy a t-shirt or become a Patreon. All links are in the description below.